Very exciting to see the boys back. It's a few months ago. I told it already on Thursday, announcing the team, that the AFCON was disappointing for every one of us, and that I think everyone is again motivated to do what we have always have done the last 3 years, that is good performances and good results. The group is still not complete because of the Sundowns players. They only returned, I think, at noon today. I think from my side it was not the best idea to call him immediately to camp. I think they deserve also a few hours with the family. They've been 3-4 days in Mali, so tough game, a tough trip back. So we expect them. No, we don't expect them. They will be there tomorrow for breakfast. Also because today it was more event day of sponsoring. So there was a lot of photos, a lot of interviews, so on and so on. So it was not really a day either to train. And that's why I decided also that Sundowns players don't have to be here today. They will do their sponsor, how you call that, obligations tomorrow. And also Longwane, Maseko, and what's the other one? Kabini will arrive tomorrow morning. So at breakfast the group will be complete, and we can start the preparation for the 2 games against Panama. I know that at the moment Panama was announced as our opponent for 2 games in March, that some people were asking Panama, why Panama? Well, Panama is ranked 30 places higher than we. So that means something, I think. They are 33. Secondly, it's a Middle American country. Same style of playing like Mexico, our first opponent on World Cup. So I think it was the right choice to choose Panama for 2 games here in South Africa. It will learn us a lot about the Middle American style of playing football. The result is not that important, even it's important. I don't want to have 2 defeats or big defeats. Be defeated is nothing, because I think we have to learn a lot about those kind of countries. But at the other side, I want to see again a Bafana, what I always have seen in the past 3 years. That was something we lost during AFCON, and we have to reinstall that. And that's why also there are some few changes in our selection. So we will train tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday morning we go to Durban, have a training in the afternoon, and then Friday we play the first game against Panama. Saturday we go to Cape Town for our last game next Tuesday in Cape Town against Panama again. Coach, let's start here.
Good afternoon, Coach Nick from Mbekezeli. Sure, over the last few weeks up until now and until the start of the World Cup, the workload has been quite heavy. But does it feel for you like this journey that you've had with the South African national team is coming to an end, or is it strictly business as usual?
No. The end is for later. Now it's full 100% again what I did the past 5 years. So I'm not thinking at the end, not at all. I'm just thinking about how can we do a better World Cup than we did a few months ago in Morocco. That's the most important thing. And if I should stop after the World Cup, then I want to stop in a beautiful moment, not in a moment of disappointment or maybe criticism or whatever. If I stop, it will be a nice end of my career. And I will do everything for that in the next 3 months to succeed and to achieve a very good World Cup with good results, and maybe I said it already. We have to believe that even this rather tough group, that we have a chance because of that third place. That will help us a lot to survive the group stages. And I think if South Africa can achieve that, then we can speak about a very successful World Cup. Yeah.
Coach, no injuries, no replacements. You had to do.
I'm sorry?
No injuries or replacements that you had to do.
No. I don't have news that Mbokazi or Kabini or Maseko should have been injured in the game. So that means that they will be fit tomorrow here and that we can start the preparation with 23 players.
Coach, how are you looking to approach these two games? You seem to have a very settled squad. You know your players. Is there an opportunity to have two different levels for two different games, or you're just going to take out players that you usually substitute? That's how.
I will try to give everybody a certain minutes of playing time. There should be, or there will be players who will be playing 2 times 90 minutes. There will be players who maybe play 2 times 20 minutes. I don't know for the moment. That is something I have still to discuss and to plan with Elman. But the idea is that everybody should have his play moments. That is for sure. But we are not going to change for changing. Again, I want to see good performances. I want to put a team on the pitch that can perform against that opponent. So it's not because I said the result is not important that the result is not important. So in function of that, we will put 2 teams, and Friday and Saturday we will be different.
You've always been very big on energy of players. You've seen a couple of them now for the last couple of hours. How are they looking? How are they feeling? What's your general sense?
Yeah, it's a little bit too soon now, because I saw them and I said hello and they said hello and we had lunch together. And for the rest, they were taking pictures and interviews and okay, it was planned, because you see, I'm brand new sponsor, new everything. So new start, whatever you want. So the guys were till a few minutes ago. They were always doing those kind of things, and that's, I thought it was the right moment to do it. So from tomorrow we can start preparing the games. Otherwise it should be again tomorrow. Oh yes, we need to do that. Oh yes, we need to do that. So everything was good planned, and the boys were from 10 o'clock this morning till a few minutes ago. They did all those things. So the rest I will see in the next days, how those guys will adapt on what we ask in Bafana, how they will react, how they will perform in training. All those things are important, and in function of that, I can say that this is a very important camp. It's not a camp with 2 friendly games. It's more than that. It's 2 friendly games that is a preparation for a first opponent in the World Cup. So we have to be prepared, but this is totally new for us. The last 3-4 years we only played against African teams and a few other teams, one France, and that was a disaster. So we don't think about that anymore. But therefore, those teams, those games are interesting, and we had to play them because it's totally new for us. It's also important for the players. They don't have to think that they will come here and have a nice camp and a few games and then they go back to the club. No, I will really observe, matter of speaking, every moment, every minute of this camp, how players are behave themselves, the attitude, the training load, and name it. And in function of that, that will be important in 2 months when I will make my choices. So, and I will say that to the players also. Tomorrow we have a meeting like always, second day of the camp, and I will tell them also, this is not a camp. This is more than that.
Coach, Coach, you keep on mentioning the third place in
Yeah.
the World Cup. Is it you just being realistic of the level that we are at comparing to the country on against in the group, or it's just not having the belief that we can make it, maybe finish first or second even?
No, you don't understand me when I said the third place. Then I mean that there is still, before it was 1 and 2, and that was finished. No, it's only also the third place. So that means if you play a draw and you win one game, you have a big chance to go through. When it's with 1 and 2, you don't pass the group stages. So you have more chance now. And it's not because I always said third place, that we only could play for the third place. If we have a chance to be second or first, we will do it also. But this is something very important for all those not big countries. For the big countries, okay, they like to do or they play for first or second place. When Denmark is coming in our group, they will not play for third place. And they will not think of third place. Not even Mexico, they think of 1 and 2. And we are thinking also on 1 or 2. That's for sure. But we know if we don't achieve that in that group, what will be very difficult, there is still third place. So you can't say at a certain moment, oh yeah, no. You have to go till the last game. And the last game can give you pass through the group stages, survive of the group stages. So yeah, the motivation and the feeling is the same. You want to pass the group stages. That is our goal. If it's first, second, or third, whatever. But we want to pass the group stages. Let that be clear.
Coach, the last game of the F1 when we got knocked out, we played a back three with wingbacks. Is that something you're going to explore working on again for the future?
I was a little bit surprised that we got so much criticism for that game, because everyone forgot that the first half hour of the game it should have been 2-0 for us, because the tactic was good. It was not the tactic that make us lose that game against Cameroon. There were other things than that. But with Rele and Oswin, they did it very well. Cameroon didn't know what to do. And at a certain moment, the coach called, and this is something CAF has to forbid that there can be a moment of what you call that, theory or whatever, calling the players and saying, hey, you have to do that and that. You have to do that before the game. And then suddenly a keeper is falling down because there was, I don't know what, a drop of the rain falling on his head, because the coach did, hey, fall because I need to talk. You have to stop with that. So that happens. And he could change his players at that moment. So if we will do that again, I don't know. It depends of the situation. It depends of the opponent. I knew that Cameroon should have big problems with that, and they had it. But we couldn't go on doing that. First half, okay, but second half, yeah, okay. We were 2-0 down, and then you start trying to score a goal, and yeah, you're just looking. So you're not clear anymore in your head because the pressure is too high. But the first half was something you can say maybe we will do it again one day.
Coach Triathlon from mentioned that previously played African teams. Now you play Panama. How was it at Panama?
Yeah, we were looking. I've always said, look, we have to play against a Middle American team because this is a style totally different. And normally we should. The best thing to play, or the best scenario should be that you can play against an Asian team, a Middle American team, and a European team. But I talked a few minutes ago So Lydia, the CEO, told me, yes, Brazil want to play against us. I said, oh, very good. Why not in May? Yeah, they asked $5 million to come. A few months ago, Argentina want to play also in Johannesburg against us. €5 million. You understand? It's easy to say, why not that? Why not that? So Panama is not coming free either. You have to pay also. They are coming, yes, but not only the trip or whatever, no. You have to pay a sum of money to come here and to play 2 games. So SAFA did a big effort to have Panama. So now we will see what we can get, or an Asian team or a European team for May. So I know for European teams it's more easy because the money is there. We don't have that money. And even because if you go and play against Argentina or Brazil in FMB, it's full. The people are on the roof even if you want. But you can't ask, when Brazil should come in Belgium, the cheapest ticket should be 800 rand, €40. That's the cheapest. You can't ask that here in South Africa. Nobody will pay 800 rand for a ticket. If that should be possible, you could also invite those teams, because with 90,000 people, you never lose money when you can ask those prices for tickets. So again, I'm very happy with Panama, and I hope that we can find an opponent for the end of May, or an Asian or an European, it doesn't matter. But we don't have other choices, also because our preparation will be totally different than the majority of all the teams on the World Cup, because we have to go on high altitude. So in that period, from the 1st of June till the 11th of June, you can't play a game, because we have to adapt to high altitude, and also the opponent will not come there and play on 2,300 meters, because after 20 minutes. So for us, it's a little bit, it's planning, and it's not so easy. Yeah.
Since the last time you mentioned the attributes of Mofokeng and how you see him play, he's gone to score his first career hat-trick over the weekend. It also comes in a period where he's had a lot of good form coming into that particular game. Do you think he is in the perfect form now going into the World Cup? And also just in contrast to the form he was in going into the AFCON?
He's on the right time, in good shape. So not only for him, I think that really was a period looking for himself. He became very quick a star here in South Africa. And once you have that level, things become worse and becomes more difficult. And it happens with Rayleigh also. There was so much things around his head that he forgot to play football. And this is totally normal. I don't blame him for that. When you're such a young guy and suddenly everyone wants to be with you and everyone, it's difficult to manage that. So he had not such a good season last season in Pirates. So now this season, little by little, you saw him coming, and now you see again really what everybody wants to see: a very good player, also on a different position. He plays more central, and I think this is the future for Rayleigh. Rayleigh is not a winger. He can play on the wings against an opponent who is not so strong, but against stronger opponents, he will never play a good game, because he's not a winger. He don't have that explosivity. He don't have that on the line dribbling a player. That is not his quality. His quality is intelligence. His quality is giving good passes, using the spaces. That is what Rayleigh is the best. And I think now that the coach, also from Pirates, will give him that position. And it's not because he scored 3 times yesterday that we are thinking, you see, no. This is something we know that is his best position. And he's coming, that I can tell you, to Bafana to play that position and not on the wings anymore.
Coach, talking about individual players, how much of a good headache it is to have someone like Jayden? And his availability now changes dynamics. So how do you want to use him? And the headache is good for you as a coach, having him available like Jayden. Having Jayden again.
What?
Jayden Adams.
Oh, Adams, yeah. I think Jayden is a little bit the same story as Rele and Mbokazi. When you're so young and suddenly you become a very good player and a star, and there is so much interest on you that is difficult to manage that. And Jayden was on a certain moment, he lost himself also. The moment he went to Sundowns, I think he thought, now things are done. And more, he was not playing, and he was on the bench, and he was even on the stands center mode. He did what he did also with the national team, but I was not happy with that. But I think he learned a lot, and he knows now, when you see him playing, for me, he's also in the game yesterday against in Mali, he's more mature, and the qualities are still there. And I think that mature, this is something he got in the last year, because he was conscious for himself, and I think he looked in the mirror and said to himself, Jayden, if you go on like this, your career is finished. You will go again to Aruma Gallants or whatever, because here in Sundowns it will not succeed. You will not succeed. And I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with it. It's everybody knows he's a very good player. So I think he can help us a lot.
Coach, you mentioned Denmark as the side that you expect to come through the European playoffs. I mean, with that happening this weekend, is Denmark the side that you expect to come through, or is the mentality kind of whoever makes it through will?
It's very difficult. If it's logic, then it will be Denmark. I think Denmark is normally the best team. But don't underestimate Czechia. It's not a bad team either. And the other two are a little bit the underdogs. Northern Ireland, North Macedonia. They are not the top, not at all. But they can be surprising. So it's very difficult to say, because it's also a knockout system. So for both teams, the first game is so important, because you're in or out. And then you play another game and it's again in or out. So in that kind of games, they can happening so much that it's very difficult to say, it will be this or it will be that. If I let speak my heart, I hope that it's not Denmark and Czechia. That doesn't mean that we will win against Macedonia and against Northern Ireland like this. But there is a difference between that. But we'll have to wait till next week to know it. And I think that because Denmark was very close to be qualified direct, but they did some stupid things, and they have to play now the playoffs. So I don't think they will throw that second chance away. I don't think so. But again, knockout system, very difficult.
Thank you, Coach. He wants to sneak in one last question.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
That's the very last one.
Sure.
Not a difficult one.
Coach, I just wanted to ask about the fluctuation of form for the young players, go up, down, up, down. When that happens, and for those players in the national team, what's your conversation with those players? Jayden, your Mbokazi, your Relebohile, responsibility. What do you say to them when they perform his debt?
You know, the most important thing for those for those players is guidance. That's all. They need someone next to them that looks at their interest and not at the other side. And this is something what I see not only from, because I'm always criticizing agents, but also from clubs. The guidance of those young players is not good, because when they become good players, the clubs already see the money. And they don't look anymore about, he's good now, and now we can. Yeah, but it's like that. But then Mbokazi come one day too late, and then I got a message from Pirates saying that he is living in a region where you don't find transport easily to go to the airport. Come on, man. You're laughing or what? So they protect the player who make a mistake. Because that was not true. Huh? And that's what I mean. In such thing, you have to be hard. That guy had to know, I can't do that. So don't support him. Tell him, no, guy, you make the mistake. This is guidance. And this is what young players need. And, you know, this is something, and I always go to my country, they had to learn it also. Before it was also like that. Now you see, like, for example, a big team the biggest team for the moment, in Belgium, Bruges, sometimes there is interest to sell the player, they don't sell him. They don't sell him. He said, no. It's not the moment now. You stay with us. You stay. And then 1 year later, they have 5 or 10 million more. Okay. But it was not. And then you see the guy going to another team, and you see that he performed there also. And that is guidance. And this is something we have to do more here in this country for young players. Not always looking at my interest. No, what's the interest of that guy? Is that the good moment to go now already? And two, where is he going? Not only see, what can I put in my pocket? And yeah, okay. And you know, when you're young, you don't know it. You think that the world is on your feet, and now, yeah. You can very quickly go high, but you can very quickly go down also. And there you need someone who guide you. I said, no. And be tough. Be tough some moments. Okay, I put Jayden out for 1 year. Yeah, he did a big mistake, that man. He has to know it. So, again, this is something we have to learn here in this country. And it should be very good for young players, because now you see young players boing, and suddenly they drop and you never see them back. That happens also because of that. And it's not so easy in this country. I know it sometimes, those guys, okay, they lived in poverty, and one moment they had money. I can buy a car. I can buy. I was young too. You know, things are going. And suddenly there are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 women who are waiting for you. Yeah, but that's the world. So if you're not guided in that thing, some people lose it. And you waste talent because of that. Not only of that, but because of that.